Sagittarius, welcome to the Tarot Room. My name is Robyn. And Sag, today let's do a what you don't see coming style reading. Let's see what's next for you, what's coming down the chute, what's coming in your direction. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. But let's see what's next for you here, Sag. We have a deep knowing. You know everything I'm about to say to you, baby. Okay, let's see what this deep knowing is. A lot of inner wisdom, inner gnosis, a lot of knowledge here. You wise soul, you. All right, let's see what we're talking about today, Sag. What is this? We have Judgment is in reverse. Ooh, okay. We have the Hierophant. Okay. What else we got here for Sag? So Taurus energy available in the house, on the table. We got the Two of Swords. We have a Crossroads energy here. Okay. And Sag, for those of you who are interested, I am open for personal readings. If you'd like one, the link is in the description box below. But it can also be found on my website, thetarotroom.net. All right. Seven of Swords could be deceit, could be strategy. We'll find out. Let's see what's going on. What is happening here? Let's change the layout. We got a lot more cards than I normally get here. What's up? We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Moon. Damn, we do have a lot more cards. Okay, hold on. Let's change the layout again. I haven't gotten this many cards in a long time. The Three of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Cups. And what's on the bottom here is Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And the Page of Cups. Wow, that's like it's about time your dreams come true here. Okay. There's a Three of Swords, very defeated and frustrated energy, but the wheel is spinning us away from that. All right, Judgment in reverse and the Hierophant. Let's talk about that. Why do we start this reading with the Judgment in reverse, the Three of Swords? That's what's the Aries. I say Aries, but it's the Emperor energy here. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. There's the Two of Cups and the Magician. There's a disappointment here, and it's kind of like you're trying to take control. So it's like you're trying to let go of this disappointment, trying to move forward from this disappointment, trying to not focus on it, not let it control you, not let it affect your emotions. So we come into this reading where you're trying to really apply spiritual knowledge and into your life here and let go of a disappointment from the past. So what's the Hierophant here? Is that the spiritual lesson? There's the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Learning how to move forward and let go is basically how we're starting this reading. The Six of Pentacles. And there's the Nine of Swords. So, and there's the Hermit. And there's the Four of Wands. So there's an element here to start this reading of really learning and trying to let go of a disappointment that happened in the past. You're trying to block negative thoughts, negative, lower virtues, temptation. So it's like they come in, or the resentment comes in, or the anger, the frustration. It's like, you know what, that happened a year ago, putting you out of my mind. So this is an element where you're really trying to master your mind and not let your thoughts or your negative thoughts or this negative experience, get the best of you, take over your mind, take over your heart type of energy. And then we have over here the Eight of Pentacles. So what's Sag you working on? I feel like you're working hard. You're working on something diligently here. Oh, but there's the Knight of Wands. Okay, so it's passion here. This could be a career reading. There's like no pentacles on the table, but it could be about a disappointment career-wise. I don't know why I felt that, but the Eight of Pentacles. But it's like, either way, however it applies, I'm not going to go to that message. I'm going to go to what the cards are actually saying. There's an element here of really focusing on your passion. Like I feel a very strong manifestation energy. You're just really motivated to get what it is that you want here. So this disappointment hasn't stopped you. It's like put a fire on your ass, right? And just made you want something more. And let's say it was a business you started, didn't get off the ground. Well, now you're going to school. You're mastering those skills. You're mastering that craft. You're getting that experience, right? But however it applies to you, there's an element of mastery here and motivation. So the disappointment's not going to stop you. It's giving you motivation in order to get where you want to go. So then we have the Two of Cups and the Six of Swords here. Moving forward, stronger, wiser, smarter. What I don't see is what you don't see coming. Oh, there it is, the Tower. Oh, the Five of Cups. You're starting to realize, I think it's a realization, the Devil, the Page of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Hermit. It's like, I think the Two of Cups here is a balance between you and your energies, your feminine, your masculine energy. The Tower and the Five of Cups is a realization about this disappointment. So there's a real strong kind of breakthrough, the light goes off, ding, above your head here, understanding, all right, I get why it didn't happen. I get why it didn't work back there, whether it was just the timing, whether it was just you're not ready, it just wasn't the right moment for that. And so there's a really sudden realization, first of all, of the power that you have, but second of all, of why things have happened the way that they've happened, right? When we can understand the why, we don't have to agree, but when we can understand it, that's when we have breakthroughs. That's when we can find solutions. That's when we can release and let go. So it's an element here of really moving forward. But part of that is moving forward without knowing everything. And when I say that, knowing how things are going to play out. What's the moon here? So what's the moon here for Sagittarius? The Hierophant's in reverse. You realize you got to change. You realize you got to change the way you're doing something. There's the Eight of Wands. So the moon here is the choice to do things differently, the choice to trust your intuition. There's that inner gnosis. So whatever it is, it's like you know it's going to happen. You know you're going to get it. It's not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when. When is the right time? When are you ready? When is the energy ready to support this? So there's this element where you're making the choice to move forward and do things differently. If you do things the same, ain't not going to change. And so the realization is changing the way that you're doing things here in order to get what it is that you want. Part of that, I feel, is releasing control here. What's the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups? And when I say releasing control, releasing time frames. You know it's going to happen. You're going to continue to do this. You're not going to let it go. And you only fail when you stop trying, right? So it's just a matter of when and not if. What's the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups? There's your passion. The Eight of Wands. Planting the seeds of creation into your reality. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The Ten of Cups. You're at, I feel like you're the King of Pentacles here, Sag, and I feel you're very self-aware. So this experience has made you very self-aware, aware of yourself, aware of others, aware of your strengths, your weaknesses, what needs to be done. I think you've done a lot of analysis and evaluation here. I think you are at peace with that blockage, with that challenge, with what happened in the past here. And now you're understanding. What you don't see coming is a breakthrough and a realization and an understanding of what you need to do to get what it is that you want. Whatever it is that did not turn out here, however it applies to you. So there's this realization, this understanding. And remember too, yeah, after the Five of Wands will come the Six of Wands, celebration. But there's the Three of Cups. So it's an element here of celebrating your progress, celebrating the baby steps, celebrating the challenges, because they are making you stronger, smarter, wiser, right? I say it all the time, but every billionaire, millionaire, every successful person always says they had failures before they got where they needed to go. But the difference between them and other people is they didn't let that stop them. And you're not going to let this stop you. So there's a big breakthrough, a big realization. You're just going to change the way that you're handling things, changing the way that you're doing this in order to bring this into a fruition. Again, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. When is it going to come into your reality? Okay, well, I don't see it coming into your reality in this reading, so let's see if it does in a month. We'll do a potential outcome, because there you are knowing. It's like you know this is meant for you. You know you're spending your energy, your attention, your focus in the right direction. You just needed to make an adjustment on the fly here and change the way that you're doing things. Could have been simply facing your fears and making the decision to do that, but it could have just been changing the choices, the way that you're looking at it as well. All right, Sag, that's what I got. Kind of unique, you don't see coming reading, but huge realization coming through that's going to change the course of this goal, this aspiration. So let's grab some oracles. Let's see what they want to say, and then we'll jump back into the tarot. We'll see if this is coming into fruition in a month. We'll go into September and see how things are playing out here. What does Sag need to surrender to? Yeah, hold on. Stress, baby. So take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension that you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. And the Akashic Record for Sag. What is the Akashic Record? What's the Akashic Record for Sagittarius here? Let it go. Okay. So you're being asked to let go of whatever pain or resentment you were holding on to, this Judgment in reverse. It's hurting you, and you can't be fully present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. I do want the spirit animal. I wasn't going to grab it, but, well, I am. So let's see what comes out, what needs to be said here. What's the spirit animal message for Sag? Turtle, calm. The turtle wisdom teaches us about walking our path in peace, and sticking to it with determination. You might be encouraged to take a break from your busy life and look around or within to find grounded, long-lasting solutions. Okay, where's my tarot? Where's the tarot? Here it is, baby, here it is. So Sag, let's do it. Let's get down to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. And when I say outcome, like I said, let's see how you're doing here in September. Let's see if it's coming into fruition, if you're grounding things into reality. Let's see how they're going, how you doing. All right, we have the Eight of Pentacles, working hard, mastering this craft. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of progress. And you're seeing sales, you're seeing growth, you're seeing, you know, you're renovating your kitchen, you're seeing it come together. There's the Ace. Oh, this might be a new job. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely a successful fresh start here. Okay. It could be a client landing a contract. We have the Strength, the Four of Pentacles. Some of you, it's like an offer on your car. You're selling your car. Maybe you tried to sell your car, it didn't work out, or you didn't, or buying the car you want or something. There's something to do about cars there. Not sure what that is. Strength, Four of Pentacles. One more. Yeah, it's a good energy. This is coming into fruition in a month. So hold on. Yeah, as I'm saying that, what's up, Sun? Energy in the house. Heavy emphasis on Leo. It very well could come to fruition during Leo season here. We are in Leo season. 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. So there's an element here of divine timing with this Wheel of Fortune. Here it is coming into fruition. So if you're landing a contract, whatever it is, however it applies, there it is. Your hard work is paying off. What you don't see coming is this is happening for you like in the next couple of weeks, Sagittarius, and I feel like you've been waiting for quite a long time for this to come into fruition. Here's you having the courage and the strength to go with the flow. Yes, there's going to be challenges. Yes, there's going to be barriers. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be speed bumps. There's going to be hurdles. There's going to be walls. But when you're patient, when you're determined, when you're resilient, when you go with the flow and let go of certain things you can't control, it creates a lot less stress for you and you end up accomplishing your goal. So I feel like this is that energy of being brave and courageous and true spirited, right? To accomplish what you want. When we think of the Strength and the Rider-Waite, the angel in the card is wearing a white robe, and that represents pure of heart and innocence. And she has the divine symbol above her head. So that divination energy. You're happy. You're emotionally satisfied. And there's the 7 of Cups and Justice. So it's like it was out of your control. Everything happens in divine timing. And I just kind of feel, I got this reading, I feel like, not this reading, but this energy with Sagittarius. I'm thinking it was like 6 months ago. It might be tapping into the same energy, and that might be happening now, where everything happens in divine timing. It's meant for you, but I think something inside of you wasn't quite ready, or the energy wasn't supporting it, or the world wasn't, whatever that was. But in the next couple weeks, in the next month, you're happy, you're content, you're thanking your lucky stars, baby, that you didn't give up on yourself, or you didn't give up on this. Like I said, the only people who get what they want in life are the people who don't stop trying, and you only fail when you stop trying. So you didn't stop trying, Sag. You adjusted on the fly here. And however this is applying, whatever it was that didn't turn out, is coming to fruition in the next few weeks. That's what you don't see coming, is your perseverance and your determination and your ability to adjust has brought in exactly what it is that you're wanting to happen. So this is going to happen for you now. And I kind of feel like you've been waiting, I kind of feel like maybe a year or so, maybe even 2 years for this to come into fruition. But everything in divine timing, and this happens now. That's what I got. That's what's up. That's what's going on. So Sag, I sure hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm glad you didn't give up on this, because I know from the cards here it's going to make you very, very happy. And if you like your reading and if you like my style, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It does help my channel to grow. Thank you, Saggy. I always appreciate your support. And let's close your reading off with your final message, and we'll get your yes or no question as well. What's the final message here for Sag? What's the final message for Sag? We got a couple here, Sag. Truly sacred rest is soul care. When we honor quiet time alone, we intentionally step away from the chaos of life. We unplug from noise and distractions. We relish moments of tranquility. So pause, shed a layer, and recalibrate. Your past does not define who you are today. That's what's up. Close your eyes and take 10 deep breaths. With each inhale, breathe in common peace, and with each breath, let go of what came before. You are here right now, and your new path is in front of you. Perfect card to end your reading. And for those of you that like the yes or no, let's get it out for you. What's the answer for Sagittarius? Yes or no? Spirit guides, talk to us. What's the answer? Oh, no. Go away. Okay, Sag, that's what I got. I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.